Vande Gujarat.
Hello everyone, welcome again to Module 6 of Lingua English Business. I know you are enjoying your journey of this business English. You must be wondering how we can improve our English. Yes, and in the last few episodes, I have given you so many tips, so many techniques, how you can work on your listening skill and how you can become a better listener day by day. So, are you enjoying all these things? Are you helping yourself with this? Are you following all the methodologies, all the techniques which I have shared with you? If so, then you must be thinking that listening is such a wonderful skill. I know that once you are ready to be a part of this journey, you will come across so many things. Maybe you must hear some difficult words and then you decide, oh, I should give up. This is not my piece of cake. Oh, no, you should never do that mistake. Rather, you should think that how I can go deep into it and how I can understand these words in a very nice way. I know many candidates, they struggle a lot when they come across any difficult word. They just think, oh, listening is so much difficult. Listening is bringing pain into their ears. They sometimes think so many good different vocabularies are there. But anything which has been done in the first attempt, it brings pain. But once you start doing it again and again, if that becomes your habit, then I'm sure you are not going to feel that. All your worries will go away if you focus the right strategy. So, I think the right strategy is the practice. So, practice with all the tips and the techniques. You have to work on all the difficult vocabulary which are there in the business English. And I told you that English is used for specific purposes. English is not used just to one profession. There are many professions in the world. If you're an engineer, there is a different set of vocabulary for you. If you are into sales, there is a different kind of vocabulary for you. Aviation people, they are coming with different sort of vocabulary. Hotel industry people, they are coming with different sort of vocabulary. Banking people, they are coming with a different sort of vocabulary. People who are from the medical field, they are coming with different kind of vocabulary, right? So you have to understand the words from your profession. Law firms people, they are having their different set of vocabulary. So when in extended listening part 2, you may get so many questions which are from different fields. Maybe there will be a conversation where is about e-commerce. They may be talking about a client and a manager conversation. So you will be getting so many things. But at that point, you should not surrender. You have to work on each of these areas. Because any language is not confined. Language means expansion. Any literature means expansion. You have to go and indulge in all the areas where they can be taken, where it has been considered. So language needs practice, language needs consideration, and with this, I am asking you that we need to be always focused on our ideas, on our skills, on our knowledge, and every time you do this, you will feel, oh, you are listening one audio, and after listening to one audio will feel, oh, make a note down of all the things. Whenever you struggle with any kind of word, you make a note down of that word and try to work on that. So gradually and slowly, you will feel that okay, this section was dealing with this particular specification. You come to the next vocabulary. Oh my, this vocabulary was focusing on this section. So in this section, I'm going to diversify your listening skills to different areas, different topics, different situations, different contexts. And in today's session, I'm going to take you to that different level of speaking where you encounter different words and where you complain that ma'am, we fail to understand this kind of vocabulary. So I will be working on this step by step, and I will be explaining you how, in what context you can use it, so that it will help you in enrichment of your business English. So let's explore this with full concentration, with full focus. So here I begin with my first topic. So my first topic is air travel vocabulary. Yes. So dear students, when you are traveling by air or in aviation sector, people are using so many vocabulary. So what are these vocabulary? I'm going to explain you one by one. So the very first is board. Board is a verb, and the meaning of the board is when you get on a verb. When you get on an aircraft, when you ship or train, then that is board. People don't know. In normal English, board means board that you write on anything. But in business English, when it comes to specific purposes, English for specific purposes, right? There's an abbreviation for it, which is ESP, English for specific purposes, English for business purposes. So board means when you get on an aircraft, you get on a ship, you're going to by train. I'm going to board the train. I'm going to board the ship. I'm going to board my flight. So that is known as your board. The next word is aisle. Aisle means a passage when you are in a plane, when you're traveling by plane, and there's a passage between the rows of seat. That one row is there, the other row is there, and when you are asking for aisle seat, you always prefer an aisle seat rather than a window seat. So when people travel by plane, some people want that, they always prefer, I need a window seat. If somebody is traveling for the first time, you want, oh, I'm traveling first time. Can you please give, I would prefer a window seat. And somebody wants, no, they don't want window seat. They just want an aisle seat. That is, so if you're aware, then you would feel very comfortable listening to these words. When you are traveling by train, you have to get your boarding pass, right? So that was a boarding for the plane, so need a boarding pass. And after that, there is a word confirmation. That means when you are checking where your things are getting confirmed, where your things are getting checked, then that is confirmation. Next is check-in. Oh, you have to check in. So when you're finally going for your flight, then you are going to check in. Baggage claim. After your travel journey is completed, you have to get your luggage. So there's a baggage claim. That means you have to claim your luggage, you have to claim your goods from there. So that is a baggage claim. Excess baggage, when there's a certain limit of baggage you can carry, and if that exceeds, then we say it excess baggage. Duty free, there are some charges which are being imposed by the tax department, and sometimes it happens that it's duty free, so there's no duty on it, there's no tax in or any sort of tax on it. Flight attendant. If somebody is attending you on a flight and you can discuss with that person, if you are stuck with any problem, then you say, okay, can I get to the flight attendant? Can I speak to the flight attendant? Immigration, when people are migrating, the other people, there's so much of immigration when the people from the other countries are coming to other countries, and that process, immigration, so many immigrations are there. Officer, there's a very normal word, any officer, you will get this. After that, runway, the plane is there. Transit, that means you are getting from one position and you are getting into the other position, so that is known as transit. Then your passenger. passengers, people traveling by train, bus, anything that is passenger. Departures, a boat, that is I already explained. Jet lag. Jet lag is a kind of expressions which means when you are very much tired of your plane journey, then you say jet lag. Excessive tired. Oh, I got jet lag. I got very much tired. So that is your jet lag. So these air travel vocabulary is something which you can use it in your daily conversation, and you can also listen to any of the conversation. If by chance you come across any of the conversation, then you will not feel that much trouble in getting with these words. So the main difficulty comes when we are not aware about the words, and at that time we face so much difficulty. But in this scenario, you will not face any of the problem. So this is how the things are done, and if you focus on this, if you work on this, then definitely this is the best thing which can be done in this area. So try to work on your vocabulary, whatever situation, whatever idea, whatever comes. Like here I have come with air travel vocabulary. You can choose your area and you can work on it, and you will feel gradually you are doing the very best in that. So let's see again. Next is advertisement. Every company is coming with so many kind of advertisements. Every company has their advertisement section. So as a business professional, if you are really decided that I have to make my career into this advertisement section, so you have to make yourself aware about all the important vocabulary. And these vocabulary will help you choose wisely that what kind of words are there, what kind of situations are there. And if you come across any of these situations related with advertisement, then you will feel very good. So today I'm going to explain all the possible important vocabulary related with advertisement, and I hope you will use it, and I hope you will recall it in your listening conversations whenever you are listening, and you will feel very good about it. See, here comes a classified. Classified is a noun. What is the meaning of classified? Classified means advertisement which is coming in a newspaper, in a magazine. For example, I'm searching for jobs in classifieds, right? So you can see the advertisement section in the newspaper, and you are just seeing the heading classifieds. So you can get all the important positions. So most of the company, they are asking their employees to just make an advertisement for the classified section. And if you're not aware what is the classified, then you may get lost. So that you will be trapped. You don't know, you don't have the understanding of the words, then you may get stuck with that. So that is why the real understanding of these words are really going to help you out. Next is commercials. We always say advertisement, but commercial are something a better formal word. You are developing that formality with the word. For example, it is something which is a paid advertisement, which is on a radio or which is on a television. We see 2 or 3 commercials every hour. So commercials are something which are coming again and again. It is coming in your path, and I personally feel that advertisements are something which is really tough to understand. Advertisements helps you to choose the better vocabulary, right? But better vocabulary for advertisement is commercials. So I always, when I once I was sitting and I told my family members, what do you think? Commercials are hampering the continuity of TV serials. Oh, because you can see in today's episode, like so many commercials, TV serials, commercials, news, commercials. So that's why the need for this vocabulary has common up. Even commercials, sometimes it is coming radio jingles and everything. So that forms a part of your commercial. Let us move to more important vocabulary. Next is your prime time. Prime time is something like when you are listening to any advertisement in the peak time. Maybe it is a evening time, so that is a prime time, and prime time advertisement is cost really very high. So when any advertisement is shown on the prime time, it costs very high. Next is circulation. When you are circulating your advertisement, the companies want that there should be a massive circulation of this advertisement. Next is feature. Feature means the characteristics of something, the qualities of something. For example, what is the features of this product, right? So that is the product feature. The company is going to talk about the product feature. If you get a chance to work in an advertisement firm, they are going to talk that what exactly you will be talking about the product feature in your company. So these important vocabulary, if your ear is used to with this vocabulary, you will not feel trouble in finding it out. So this is how it's very much important. Okay. Now next vocabulary is eye catcher. Eye catcher, that turns important. Eye catcher means like something which is really very much attractive to you. So that is an eye catcher. Oh my god, this advertisement was an eye catcher advertisement. This brochure is very much attractive. Really, I'm definitely sure that this advertisement is going to be an eye catcher for this. Promotion, yes. Whenever it comes to advertisement, that means you are going for a promotion of your product. You are promoting it on a very large scale. You want your consumers to get aware about the products, and that's the particular vocabulary which kinds for promotion. So product promotion is going on, right? You can see before the launch of any product, there's so much of promotion, there's so much of campaigning. So that is your promotion. Similarly, we are talking about publicity. Like launch of any product, launch of any good or any kind of services. If you want it to be grand, if you want to make it a brand, then obviously there's always a scope, there's always a word related with it, and that is your publicity. So we can say that what are your strategies for the publicity of this product? We are launching it with the very next month. Are you ready? Is there any publicity strategy? Is similarly, likewise, eye catcher, there's another vocabulary, attractive. Yes, I think this advertisement is quite attractive as it is focusing the youths. They will find it quite attractive. Endorsement is another vocabulary when your product has been endorsed by, supported by any of the celebrity, a big famous person, then that is endorsed. So product, many of the celebrities are endorsing branded products. They are acknowledging that they are using it. So that is endorsed. Bulletin. Bulletin is another word which is related with this. You can see the advertisement sections or any of the companies which is working there. They are always coming with a kind bulletin, a product bulletin. They may be coming with a what kind of product launches, what product they are coming in the market. So that is known as your bulletin. So bulletin is every company is sometimes they're having a monthly bulletin, quarterly bulletin. So they are issuing that. Next is notification. So notification means whenever any product is there and it is getting notified, you are getting some messages, and that is known as your notification. So we say to our consumers, yes, we are launching so many products, and very soon you are going to get the notification for this. Next is brochure. Brochure means a three-layer folded brochure or leaflet brochure. It can be of any design on a piece of paper when you are writing the history, the product features. So that is known as brochure. The companies are paying so much of money for designing the brochure of their companies. So brochure is something you can see that most of the companies, when they are coming with a product, they are talking about the brochure. Flyer is a kind of leaflet when it is being distributed openly to the consumers, or sometimes it is kept in the newspaper also. So that is, and same, it's a billboard also, it's like a flyer. Broadcast, that is a word when it is something which is on air, it is being shown by so many people, so that is known as your broadcast. So you can see, dear friends, that how this communication is being used, these advertisement vocabulary, you can come across these important vocabularies in any of the situation. So I have seen so many people coming up with so many commercials, advertisements. So if you are in an advertisement firms, you will be exploring these kind of vocabulary, and I'm sure once you understand this, listening will be a great fun. So let us explore some more vocabulary. Now, if you are into the selling department of your company, or if anyone wants hears a conversation based on selling, then you have to get so many words, and these important words will help you in your better listening. So in order to be a better listener, you must understand the keywords, what are the important vocabularies, how you can get used to with that. So all these important keywords are a very important prospect. So just for example, here it is, prospect. Prospect means a noun, it's a noun obviously, and a possible customer. He is not a permanent, but he may be becoming a customer in the coming time. So that is your prospect. For example, you must check the financial condition of your prospect. So before investing time, just see what is the financial level of your prospect. So a possible customer, it's not sure that he's going to be a customer, but it's your possibility. There's a possibility that he can turn into be a customer. So that is known as prospect. Next word which is related with selling is wholesale. Wholesale is a verb when means when you are selling in a large quantity. I'm wholesaling my products for its mass promotion. Yes, many of the companies, they do it. What they do, they wholesale the entire product, and the only reason is they want the mass promotion for it. So when you are selling it in a large quantity, in all sections, everywhere, so that's your wholesaling. So are you in your wholesale business? Or when the opposite of it, when you are selling it to a small section, that is a retail. Next is bargain. Yeah, important vocabulary. Bargain means when you are just negotiating something. You are agreeing to pay a certain price of the product, and maybe the party on the other side is not agreeing. Then both of you are talking and you're coming out in the middle with something, and you fix a price. That the process in between is known as bargain. Next is cold call. Yeah, a very important word, a very important term in the terms of selling. Cold call means if you are doing a cold call to someone, that means you're not knowing that person. You're not aware about that person, that who that person is. Then in that terms, we are telling, oh, it was a cold call. I did a cold call today. Oh, was it a cold call? Yes, I was not knowing my prospect. So that is known as your cold call. Deal. Deal means you deal with someone, that is a verb. You should know how to deal with your consumers. You should know how to deal with them. You should know how to get the best in them. So that is known as deal. Discount is some kind of percentage if you are being reduced in the total amount of what you are paying. So that is known as your discount. Next is guarantee. Guarantee is a kind of when you're buying a product and you're getting something that, okay, I'll get the guarantee that it can be replaced, or I can get the refund from it. So that is known as your guarantee. Similarly, warranty, it's like If some parts are not working, then you have to pay a nominal charge for the repair or work, so that is warranty. Attractive, that means good looking, very much eye catchy, that is representative, one who is representing your department. For example, the product department is going to be the people from the sales team who is going to who's going to talk about the product. They are going to be representative of today's event. Next is trust. Trust, a very important vocabulary when it comes to selling something. Then we believe in building trust. That means a kind of faith, a kind of genuineness. So that is your trust. Convince, when you are telling someone this something for your favor or for their good, then that is convince. Guide is when you are telling someone to guide, to show the correct way, so that is guide. Discount, I told you. Retail, focus, when you are focusing on something. So these selling verbs are really very much important, and you can use them most of the time in your daily language conversation. For example, when I say, oh, today I went for a cold call and I was feeling that the person was Miss Susie, on the other hand, and she was asking about our product feature, and then I convinced her. Then she asked me that, can I speak to one of your product representative? Then I transferred the call to the product representative. The product representative convinced her, and then she guided her that how can she get the product value. I convinced her, and I made her focus that if you buy our products, you're going to get a lifetime guarantee. And I also explained her that our business is based on trust. So I hope if you are listening to me, you can see that how these words are being used in your conversation, and how these words are going to help you to understand that how the things can be done into a very nice way. So time and again it happens that many of the people, they are just thinking that there is a product and we have to we have to sell it. Okay, the conversation seems very easy, but when it comes to some difficult words and in what context they are being used, then that seems very important for them. So that shapes your conversation etiquettes. And I always think that learning vocabulary in context, that paves the way of understanding becoming very easy. So I feel whenever you come across a vocabulary like we this morning, we are covering so many vocabularies. We are seeing air travel vocabulary, we are seeing advertisement vocabulary, we are seeing sales vocabulary. And what is the purpose? The only purpose is that we have to get used to with our listening skills. We have to, whenever you will hear this word in listening audios, when you will solving all these things, then you will feel that how important it is how important to get all these words in your conversations. With this, I want that you should come with more and more vocabulary, so that it can lead to better understanding. And once it leads to better understanding, you will enjoy all the things. Similarly, there are other vocabulary also. You choose vocabulary. What is your profession? In which domain you are planning to go? You should also work on your area. If you are going to be engineer, okay, just think what kind of words an engineer will learn. If you are going to you want to become a tourist guide, you want to learn, then you should hear that. There's nothing wrong. We are working on our own domain, and we are thinking that slowly we are taking this journey of business English. And with this, if you learn vocabulary, any vocabulary with context, with the right context, with the right situation, then you will never forget it. So never learn a vocabulary alone. Rather, you have to learn with full context. The context learning is very much important. So let's switch to our next vocabulary. Let's see what it is all about. So Our next section is employment. Such a big topic. Yes. This topic is big and its understanding is also very nice. So I'll make sure you get best of it. See. First word is recruit. Recruit means when you hire someone, when you are hiring someone. The company must recruit potential staff for smooth functioning. Yes. So recruiters when you are appointing someone in your organization. So you must be listening to this word now. Okay, the company is trying to recruit some people for their finance department. So that is recruit. Fringe benefits. Fringe benefits again is a noun. It's meaning good facilities in addition to salary. So if you are getting something apart from your salary, so that is known as fringe benefits. For example, what are the fringe benefits given to the employees? So what the employees are getting in addition to the vocabulary. So that is known as fringe benefits. So if you are listening to any audio and this word comes out, you can make it very easy to understand that fringe benefits means the additional benefit which you are getting in terms of salary. So no need to worry and just focus on the vocabulary, recall it, try to recall it, listen it, and then it will be fitting in your permanent mind. Conscious mind and subconscious mind. I will explain it again. So let's see what are the other words. Resign, when you are no longer working and you resigning, you are just saying that okay, I'm going to give up from this, or going for any reason. If you are stopping working from any organization, then you have to resign. You have to put exit form, you have to fill, and that is resign. Promote means when you are doing work and your company is promoting you, they are helping you with some kind of fringe benefits, promotions, rewards, and that is promote. Trainee. Trainee is a kind of person. For example, if somebody is working as a trainee, he is a beginner, he is getting trained by you, by the company professionals. So that is trainee. Vacancy, obviously the post. If there is any position vacant, that is vacancy. Employer, the boss who is hiring you, that is employer. If you are working, then you are an employee. So employer, employee, interviewer, who is taking your interview when you are giving your interview. Placement officer, one who is handling the placements, right? When you are one who is helping you in getting your job, so that is a placement officer. After that, assessment, when you are assessing, you are given some grades, so that is assessment. For example, the placement officer is giving the assessment to all the candidates, to all the interviewee. So that is your assessment. Fire means, first is dismiss. Dismiss if somebody is not working or is not up to the expectation of the people, of the boss, of the organization, then they are been dismissed. They are asked no longer to work. So that is dismiss. Fire means something when you are asked to get out, when you are asked to go out or leave the company, then this is fire. Like the boss says, oh, I will fire you. So that is fire. Notice means when you are noticing, when there is a notice on the board, employment notice, vacancy notice, any meeting, any agenda notice. Next is maternity leave. If any of a female candidate is going on leave, means it's a period of I think 9 months, or maybe she has to take leave before her before the delivery and after post delivery. So that period is known as your maternity leave. I want to hire one new colleague for my company as my 2 female employees are on maternity leave. So this is how you have going. There's similarly paternity leave also, but the duration is quite less. It's only for a week or a few days. So that is paternity leave. When next is retire. Retire means when a person is crossing a certain age limit and when he is no longer eligible to work in a company. So that person is retired. That process is retired. For example, the managing director of XYZ company is going to retire on 1st of April and we have organized a farewell party for him. So that is your retire. So you can see how these words are being used. So most of the time you say when words related with any of the specific domain, if you're understanding it, so just think that what could be the possible domains where you have to work on it, and if you start working on it on each particular domain, you will feel that there is a certain transformation in your listening skills, because now you will be used to with most of the vocabulary which is coming area was areas. So just choose your domain, work on your domain, just take one part the way I have taken today, make as many as possible. Once your understanding about the vocabulary is going to develop, your ears are going to tune up with the language. You will feel, oh, these words are so familiar. I have already learned this word, and you will feel, wow, these words sound so amazing. I have already studied that. So that becomes the real understanding. The real understanding of the word gives real meaning to the listening. So the real understanding of the word is very much important. If you're quite confident about a word you listen in your test, then guessing the right action, right answer of the question becomes quite possible. So make sure understanding with what you will do. How can you listen when you don't have the understanding of words? How can you expand? Vocabulary is the key to listening. You're listening. You're listening. When listening becomes effective, when your vocabulary is effective. So expansion of the vocabulary. That's why this section is there. I introduced you to all the important sections where you have to focus on the vocabulary. So listening becomes effective when a person or a candidate has the right knowledge of vocabulary. So vocabulary can really help you to shape your ways, to understand you, to make you, you'll feel good. When you are listening to a podcast and half of the words you're not aware, that listening will turn into a frustration because you're not aware about the words. So 100% words are playing a very important role in your listening. The more you are listening, the more you are going to be effective with your listening part. So I don't want that those candidates who suffer in listening, the only remedy, the only situation which I would like to talk is that vocabulary. Work on your vocabulary. Whatever, try to focus on the content word. What are those content word? If you will focus on those content word, then listening will drastically change. So let's move ahead. Now, this is the second category which I'll be talking about is insurance. Yes. Now, the very first is premium, payment done weekly, monthly, etc. What will be the annual premium? So when you are buying any policy and they are telling that there is something which you have to deposit on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, so that is known as your premium. What is my premium for? What would be my premium for this policy? This is how the words are used in different contexts. Next is policy. Policy is a noun. It means a contract of an insurance. Customers are requested to read the policy carefully before signing it. So policy is your contract. If you're insuring yourself for any product, then there's a policy and you have to sign it. Actuary. Actuary is a kind of statement when the policymaker is making that if you break the policy in the between, then they are going to tell you the exact amount which you will be getting. So that is known as your actuary. Accessor, one who is accessing the policy. Claim, when you are claiming it. Commission, the part of things, a small percentage of income you get when you are selling any kind of product. Cover, when you cover up something. Insurance broker, broker is a person in between who is taking something and then he's selling you about the insurance. Liable means you are responsible for it. Depreciation, when there is a value in the reduction. Surrender, when you surrender something. Grace period means the resting period, right? Insured, something is insured, something protection is given. Insurer, one who is insured. Bulgari means a kind of forgery. Pro rata collections mean the data collected in the insurance term, so that is known as pro rata collection. Cover, insurance cover. So all this insurance vocabulary is going to help you in all the different aspects. I have given you a very quick reading because I want that you should go more deep into it, make sentences out of it. Just go for any insurance conversation and see that are they being used. Let's move again. Now I'm going to talk about if you are working as a law, then in a law firm, or if any law conversation is there, then the worst is sue someone. That means to start legal proceeding actions against someone. So I will sue you. That means I will take legal action against you. My uncle sued his dietitian for giving inappropriate medical advice. Yes. So it's better to do our job responsibility. You can see. So this is sued. So don't try to sue me. I have better knowledge. Something like that. Contract. Contract is a formal agreement signed between two parties. So that is a contract. Okay, please read your documents carefully before signing any contract. So that is contract. You must consult a good lawyer before signing the documents. So obviously, if you are signing any document, then you must consult a good lawyer. Solicitor is again as kind of lawyer. Trials in the court. Verdict is your judgment. So if you are understanding these vocabulary in a very nice way, then you will understand that the more you understand, the better understanding of the words, the better knowledge of English, and the better knowledge of English, then you are going to be a better listener. So let's move ahead. So today I'm going to explore some of the business expressions. You will feel very good because apart from these vocabulary, some knowledge of business expression, you will feel very good. Make sure you note it down or take a note of it, or wherever you want to keep it. So keep it in your mind. I think that would be the best place. So the very first is to leave no stone unturned. To leave no stone unturned. Very important business expressions which we are seeing. To take every possible course of action. That means you are taking all the important things, you are taking all the important steps for any success, to make anything very successful. So that is to leave no stone turned. The manager of the company left no stone unturned for the speedy recovery of his business. So that is known as your to leave no stone unturned. That means you're making every possible attempt for any course of action. You're trying it by all hooks. You're trying it by all things. You're trying it in any manner. So that is known as to leave no stone unturned. Maybe you hear it, but when you will get aware about it, then you will understand that, okay, this is the right meaning of the sentence. So that is your to leave no stone unturned. To take every possible course of action. To leave no stone unturned. I'm repeating because you must have the understanding. You must sure you use it in your sentences. You express it in your knowledge. And I'm sure if you once start doing it, just see in what context I can use it. In what context I can just understand it. The more you are going to understand it, the more understanding of your vocabulary is going to increase. So to leave no stone turned out is a very important expression. So make sure you use it, and whenever you come across such kind of vocabulary, when you are listening something and you just stuck with the word and you just see that what is this word, let me cross verify it, let me in what situation they are being used, because these difficult phrases may be the part of your extended listening, and the only idea is to get ourselves better with the vocabulary. And once you are better, automatically your listening is going to improve. So consistency is the key in it. So you have to practice it. Let's check what is this next business expression. So our next business expression is seemed odd. To see something surprising. So that is known as seemed odd. You can see in the picture. Oh, there's a girl, but the girl doesn't have any face, there's no eye, there's no lips, nose. So what? This seemed odd. Oh, I called. He didn't. He There was a very coarse voice from the other end, and it seemed odd to me. So to see something which is very much surprisingly, so that is to seemed odd. It seemed odd to me. So in business expressions, you are getting so many things to be done. You are seeing it. You are using it. The more you use it, the better it will go. If you just make one sentence out of it and leave it, then it's not going to. You mean it seemed odd. Just check, make a list of the things which seemed odd to for you, or what are the situation where there were many things which seemed odd for you. So that is something which you must understand it, right? And with very few things you can understand that how complete understanding of the things can help in your own better understanding. So let's watch our next video, next business expression. Yes, overlap responsibilities. Yes. So overlap responsibilities means when to cover some of the same responsibilities. For example, if you are a salesperson, but you have to look after the IT department, you have to look after the finance department, then that is finance department, IT department, then there is a sense of overlapping. That means to cover some of the same responsibilities. So if you want your organization to be successful, make sure there's no any sense of overlap responsibilities. So that is known as overlap responsibilities. So we should not try to overlap responsibilities because it will not help us to make things work. So that is known as your overlap responsibilities. So these business expressions will help you to understand you that how we can use it in our day-to-day life. So and you are using it most of the time, then you are seeing that how important it is to make use of these vocabularies. Oh, this is another thing which I thought to share with you. Guru. Guru is an Hindi word, but many students get confused that okay, guru is something which is another word of English. No, it's an Hindi word, but it has been acknowledged all over the world that it has been considered as an English word now. People are using it. So an expert, someone who is an expert is known as guru. So here you can say it's a business expression. This is a business expression. Guru is means an expert. English guru we say na. So that is the expression which we will be focusing today. So guru means an expert of something. So he's a dance guru, he's an English guru. So many expressions we will be getting this. Let's see our best business expressions. Yes. Prompts is a notice which appears on your computer screen. Sometimes it happens when you are working on your computer and you're getting prompts from your colleagues, from your boss, that you have to end this call, you have to wind up the call, especially if you work in any of a multinational company, something prompting out, okay, this call has to be ended, this deal has to be negotiated. So some prompts are appearing, or it's popping out on the screen. So all the time it happens, and that's why it's known as prompts. So prompts is a notice which appears on the computer screen. So I have seen that when I was talking with the customer and I was explaining him about the deal, then somebody told me prospect's financial condition is not that good, and I received a prompt saying that I should end this call. So this is all about prompt. Prompt means when you are getting signals on your computer screen that you have to end this call, and you want that and you have to follow the instructions. So most of the companies, when it's an MNC and you're working with a larger firm, you will be receiving prompts on your computer screen that you have to wind up this call. So next, see our next vocabulary. Now I want to say that business vocabulary will always be a part of your curriculum of, if you are in a profession, then these business vocabulary will help you long life. It's not a matter of one day. This is something which is going to be learned, used, implemented, executed for a very long time. So when we say install means to put a piece of equipment somewhere and make it ready for use. So any piece of installation is the install it. Okay, I want an installed a PC on my desk, so that is install. Unique is something which is different from everyone and everything else. So the manager of the company told that your product should be unique. You should buy a unique product. Next is query. Query means a question about service or product. So we always ask our customers that, is there any query? You can just ask your query. And when teachers are asking their students, if there is any query, please ask. Automate is to make something automatic by using technology, right? You are getting so many messages, you are getting so many emails. Do you think it is being done manually? No, this is something which is automated. The technology is doing all these things, right? Next vocabulary is interaction. Now, what is interaction? The activity of talking and doing things with other people, or the way you do this, that is known as your interaction. So there's a lot of interaction, right? When because many of the companies, when they are selling the product, they are going for automated selling. That is, you will be receiving so much of messages on your emails, on your WhatsApp, on your text messages. But what do you think? The sales is completely based on interaction. And when a salesperson is coming and he is interacting with you, then that really makes the conversation more interesting. So now let us begin. Let us go ahead. So there are more promotion. What is promotion? Activities to advertise something. So there are so many promotional activities which are going on. So what are these activities? We are promoting our company. We are coming with events, live things, right? Next is scrutinize. Scrutinize means to examine something carefully. In business world, this word is very much important. Have you scrutinized this? The software is scrutinizing the target potential customer. Next word is call center. Call center is an official place in which consumer services are handled. If you're using a mobile phone or any gadget, there's always a customer care number, and we dial that customer care number, and who has been answered? That customer care executives, they work in a call center. Next is loyal. Loyal means a person who is giving or showing firm and constant support, then that is known as loyal. He's a very loyal person. He's a very loyal person. I need loyal employees for my company. So that is loyal. Now I will be focusing on some travel vocabulary collocations. I would advise what is a collocation. Collocation, I'm giving a slight introduction here. I will be carrying on with the collocation in my next module. So you can see packs bag, global travel, plan route, miss train, and my view. So you can see how they are catching up, how they are sounding right. I'm going to pack my bags. I'm going to plan my route. I missed my train. I admired this view. So these travel collocations go very fast. You can say, I'm going to hire a taxi. Oh, the light travels. I'm going for a round trip. I wish you the happy journey. I'm going to reserve a seat. So I always want my students that if you are listening English, then you please, even you are listening a word, then you think that what could be the most formal word for that. I have prepared a list. For example, got. Got is a normal word, but if you power it up, then it turns to receive. Need can change to require. Make sure can change to ensure. After that, give can change to provide. So these are more formal words. Talk more can turn into elaborate. Tell why can turn to explain. Get in touch can turn to contact. So what I want, dear candidates, make sure even you're encountering a formal word, you just guess what could be the most important formal verb for that. So these were the small tips and techniques which I have shared with you, and I have shared that if you want your listening to be good, if you want that your listening should do magics, you listen and you use all this vocabulary, make yourself with the expansion of vocabulary, with the development of vocabulary. Once you start enriching it, very soon you will get used to with all the business expressions, with all the business vocabulary you'll get in extended listening part. So with these words, I'm going to end this module, and we will meet again in the next module. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.